Chapter 2. Far away, across the seven seas, the wind was playing. He blew against the sails of ships and sent them racing across the water. He rattled windows of tall office buildings and blew napkins off outdoor restaurant tables. He blew newspapers in front of horses and frightened them. And he knocked hats off the heads of little old ladies crossing the street. The wind was having a wonderful time. When he blew really hard, cyclones and hurricanes happened, and buildings were knocked down, and automobiles were carried up into the air, and the oceans became as tall as mountains. Oh, the wind was powerful, all right. There was no question about that. But he could also be very gentle. When he was in a good mood, he raced across the world doing nice things. In far-off Africa, a sick baby was lying in a hut, hot with fever, and its mother was afraid it was going to die. And she called out to the wind, "Cool my baby. Please, cool my baby." And the wind whistled over to Africa, and it blew gently back and forth across the baby's forehead. And the cool breeze made the baby feel better, and it got well. And in the United States, in a place called Kansas, where there are a lot of farms, all the windmills had stopped turning. And the farmers cried out, "Without the windmills, there's no way to grind out corn or to draw water from the wells. We need the wind." And the wind rushed over and began to blow, and soon all the windmills were merrily spinning around. And then the wind was on his way again. It was Drippy's good luck that the wind happened to be passing over the flower where the hummingbird was starting to drink him. The wind heard Drippy call out,
"Please, Mrs. Hummingbird, don't drink me."
"Oh, I'm going to, and there's nothing you can do about it."
And the wind felt sorry for Drippy. He swooped down and picked Drippy up on his coattails, carrying him high into the sky. The hummingbird, of course, was furious, but no one can fight the wind, not even a hummingbird.
Who are you?
Who am I? Everyone knows who I am.
I don't.
I'm the wind, little raindrop. I blow ships across the ocean. I make waves and tides and make the windmills turn. I blow seeds from flower to flower. Without me, nothing could grow. I make hurricanes and typhoons and tornadoes.
Drippy had never heard of hurricanes and typhoons and tornadoes, but he was too proud to say so. Drippy did not even thank the wind for saving him. Now that Drippy was safe, he was no longer afraid. He felt very brave. Here he was, high up in the sky, riding around the stars. How many other raindrops have done that? Not one.
Where are your mother and father?
Drippy was afraid he would be punished if he told the truth. He did not want the wind to know he had run away.
I have no family.
Drippy said. He tried to sound sad.
Oh, you're lying.
The wind shook his head back and forth in anger. And down below, the trees waved to and fro. That's how strong the wind was.
You're a runaway. You ran away from your mother and your father and your brothers and sisters.
The wind, you see, knows everything, because it goes everywhere and sees everything that is happening.
You should have stayed home and gone to school. Have you started school yet?
Now this was Drippy's chance to admit the truth. But did he? Not Drippy. He lied again.
I finished school.
The wind did not believe him.
Oh, really? Are you telling the truth?
Oh, yes, Mr. Wind.
What did you learn in school?
What did I learn in school?
Yes?
Drippy had no idea what anyone learned in school. So he said,
Everything.
Everything?
That's right.
the wind decided to test Drippy.
Did they teach you the days of the week?
Drippy had never even heard of the days of the week.
Certainly, Mr. Wind.
All right. What are they?
Drippy's little heart sank. Then he remembered what he had learned from Leapy.
The days of the week are 1, 2, 3, 4.
Those aren't the days of the week. Those are numbers. Everyone should know the days of the week. Otherwise, you'll never know what day it is.
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to teach you the days of the week?
Oh, yes, I do.
And Drippy meant it, because he intended to be the smartest raindrop that ever lived. It was not because he cared about learning, but because he wanted to show off. He wanted to show everyone how smart he was, which is certainly the wrong reason for learning anything.
All right. We'll begin with Monday. After that comes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Can you remember that?
Of course. Monday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday.
No. You have it all wrong. What's the matter with you? Now concentrate. I'm going to say them once more. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are the 7 days of the week. Repeat them.
Drippy concentrated, and this time He named them correctly.
That's very, very good.
I'm so smart I can count to 100, and I know all the days of the week. What other raindrop can do that?
Hang on tight. There's a boat in trouble off the coast of Japan. I've got to rescue it.
The wind told Drippy. And suddenly they were racing across the sky, going higher and higher. It was like riding a giant sled made of wind and stardust all over the big sky.
Whee! This is fun.
Is that all you think about? Having fun? Don't you think about your mother and father and how worried they are about you?
Of course I do. I think about them all the time.
And he let a tear come into his eye. The truth was that Drippy did not think about them at all. He only thought about himself, about how wonderful and brave he was. He was in no hurry to go home. He was too busy enjoying himself and having adventures. He wished he understood what the queen bee meant when she told him how important he was, and that the world could not exist without him. He decided to ask the wind, because the wind knew everything.